This is Australia Behind Bars.
This is really jail, like real jail.
They've done a crime, they're doing their time.
For the first time, cameras capture
The danger's there all the time, it's just when it's going to arise.
what really goes on
No snitching, no ratting on.
inside 3 of Australia's maximum security prisons.
If you can't defend yourself, you're not going to survive.
You're generally dealing with the bad of the bad.
Stop resisting the cuffs.
When shit go down, it's pretty full on.
This is a world where you're either blue
Every day's a game of cat and mouse.
Calm down.
Zip it.
or you're green.
The more relentless they are, the more relentless we are.
I've located a jailmate syringe. Can you comment on that?
Doing time,
Didn't know what jail was like till now. It's not a good place, eh?
up close and personal.
I am over this life. I want to go home and I want to be a mum. Just hard getting there.
From the first day behind bars
There's nothing I like about jail.
to the last.
All of these women get out at some point and you want them to come out better than what they came in.
That's some Shawshank Redemption shit right there.
This time, the dog squad is sent in to flush out drugs.
Hands on your head, hands on your head, hands on your head.
Officers find a mystery package. And Jade's release is thrown into jeopardy.
Why were my pills in somebody else's pocket?
He like in a cage, doing nothing. I wish you could come over.
Illegal drugs are often the reason many prisoners are in jail. Once inside, addictions, both legal and illegal, don't just go away. So there's always a lineup for Pill Parade at 9:30 a.m. Medications are provided by Justice Health for a wide range of medical conditions.
That can be an arduous task when you've got 300 girls and most of them are on medication. I'm Miriam, I'm the nursing unit manager here at Doolaney Correctional Centre. So whenever a patient enters custody, they have a full health assessment done by one of the Justice Health nurses. So that involves both physical, mental, drug and alcohol history and any type of health condition they have. The percentage of people who come into custody as a whole, that's across the whole state, who declare a drug and alcohol history is about 66%.
Twice a day, inmates have access to the clinic where the dispensing of medication is tightly controlled.
When we have a headache, we have to come down. They don't give it to us in a bulk. They'll only give us a certain amount, so it's only enough for a daily dose. So you'd get 2 to 4 Panadol max.
Despite efforts by corrections officers to keep them out, illegal drugs are often smuggled into jail. Last week, an inmate overdosed on heroin. She survived, but it's a serious, ongoing issue.
Having a drug addiction is a health condition, so you should have access to medication for that. We wouldn't stop someone having blood pressure tablets or heart medication, so this is what helps drug addiction, so they should be able to access it.
But prisoners will also use the drugs they're given here as currency.
So they'll come to the clinic one time for the whole 24 hours. So they'll come in the morning and they're issued all their medications for that 24-hour period. They take it away, and at times they do swap, they do sell it, and they do give it away.
Thanks. Well done.
I've been in jail for 10 plus years. I'm quite experienced with women in custody, and they're unique, and I love working with them. Love your work.
In jail, the war against drugs never stops. Corrections trying to keep illicit substances out, and inmates like Jade are trying to stay clean.
From the age of 17 through to 31, I was a nurse. And I had the same job for 15 years. That was my life. Had a great surrounding of friends, wasn't using drugs. You could put a white picket fence, I guess, around me and say that I had almost a perfect life. Come 2015, I lost my job. I got introduced to GHB. G was my downfall, that was my poison. I couldn't function in the end without taking it on a daily basis. I've had numerous overdoses, selling drugs to survive, and that's how I came into custody. There was no glory in using. There was nothing fun about my using. It brought more depression, heartache. I lost almost everything in my life, my relationships with my family. And I've got to now leave here and rebuild my life that I had prior to using drugs, because jail or death is the only thing that comes of using.
GHB is an illegal party drug, also known as liquid ecstasy. The last time Jade overdosed was on her way to Dilwinia.
Without thinking, I took 30 mils of GHB, which dropped me straight away and put me into cardiac arrest. I never want to go down that path again.
After serving 2¼ years of her prison sentence, Jade will be free to leave in a few days. But she needs to stay out of trouble. Overnight, corrections officers have gathered intel about the presence of drugs inside Dilwinia. As the inmates sleep, the immediate action team is about to move in.
It's 4:30 in the morning and we're doing our early operation.
Due to an overdose that occurred and a lot of what appears to be drugs in one unit, we're going in early this morning to try and see if we can pull some of that out.
It's going to be fun.
So we're bringing the canine unit as well, so they'll be able to find things that we can't find. Cross our fingers anyway. My name's Lynn, I'm Senior Correctional Officer, and I've been in the job 17 years. I'm number 1 of the IAT, which is the Immediate Action Team, and what we are is we're a response to all critical and minor to major incidents within the correctional centre. I think we don't get an indication, we won't even worry about cell search, but if they one word, we'll tip it upside down completely. I organise daily searches for contraband, anything that may be dangerous to us, to inmates or to other officers. I also respond to any incidents that may occur. We need to try and control the situation.
They'll do that with the element of surprise, using an array of weapons including batons and chemical spray.
The girls usually don't wake up till 7:30, so if we come in at this time, then they're going to be sound asleep. And usually they, whatever they're carrying, quite often will actually be out in the open, on the shelf or in the bed with them or something like that. It's not usually internally secreted at this time because it's probably a bit uncomfortable to sleep with. So that's the reason why we come in now, because it's just catching them unawares, and hopefully it'll be sitting out where we can quickly grab it without too much trouble. We good?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go.
The inmates of U Block are fast asleep and have no idea they're about to be raided by the IAT. If there are drugs in any of the cells, the dogs will find them. "350 k's northwest of Sydney is the Wellington Correctional Centre, home to 500 male and around 60 female inmates, most of them maximum security. In the men's section, inmate Barry has just woken up.
Oh, well, starting the day off with a few Weet-Bix. I'm Barry. I'm Kunya Mob from Queensland. Pretty much been in and out of jail all my life. I work at the bakery in Wellington Correctional Centre. Wake up around about 10 to 6 or 20 to 6 sometimes. Get up, have a shower, make a couple of brews, a couple of Weet-Bix. Pretty much day to day, just do the same thing. Just wait till I open the door and off to work, I think. Good coffee, do that. Start the morning with a good coffee, mate. You can't beat it. I was a good little boy when I was a child, but as I grew up, I started being a bit of a bad egg. Yeah, I just took the wrong path in life, and look, well, this is where I am now. I'm in jail doing time. Yeah.
Barry misses his wife and children, but keeps finding himself landing in jail. This time, he's on a 20-month sentence for driving offences and assaulting police.
Morning, mate.
Morning, Barry.
Good morning, brothers. Good morning. Having a job in jail is very important. It can keep you busy while in jail. And another thing, it could set you up for when you get out for working in the community. Come on, brother, let's go, let's go. I pretty much work in the bakery all the time because I'm a good worker. The officers know I'm a good worker. I just got a good work ethic, you know.
And that's going to count when Barry's parole decision comes up in 2 months' time. If parole is granted, Barry will serve the remainder of his sentence in the community. He'll be supervised and supported until that ends. And maybe this time, he won't come back.
So we've got 5 kilos in every bag. We put 10 kilos in each bucket. Make the pies for all other jails like Lithgow, Bathurst. Yeah, pretty much all the jails. Thank you.
It's the biggest jail bakery in the state, making bread and pies for corrections facilities throughout New South Wales.
I pretty much cook the mince at the bakery and I reckon I do a pretty good job. 80 kilos of mince goes in. Once it's cooked, I put 10 kilos of gravy. 2 loads I do every day. Probably 4,000 a day, 3,000 a day. So that's a lot of pies, you know. I think it's $1.10 a pie, so that's a lot of money. Yeah, they taste all right, yeah. It'd be good if they can mix a bit of curry with it. It'd be even better.
Barry earns a maximum of $70 a week making pies. It's not a fortune, but that's not the point.
If you lock them up and throw away the key, you're only going to get crankier and angrier people. The inmates are working, so their hands aren't idle. Be that working in the bakery, getting paid. It's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money to a lot of these guys, and they can buy a treat at the end of the week.
The bakery is one of the best jobs in the jail. You get good money, good place to work in. In the morning, you can fresh air, you know what I mean? You can't beat waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, coming to work. You can't beat it.
Barry's an expert with just about everything, actually. He does really help out the other fellas that might not know what to do. He has a bit of pride in his work too, which is good to see.
Doing a good job there, mate.
As a repeat offender, Barry knows working makes the time go quicker and keeps him out of trouble while he's inside.
It's very important to have work in jail because some of the boys that come to jail never worked in their life. Send them down.
We good?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go.
The 52 women of U Block at Dilwinia are about to get an early wake-up call.
Let's go.
And if the intel is right, there's going to be more than one caught with illegal drugs.
Hands on your head. Hands on your head. Be clear. Hands on your head. Hands on your head.
Into the back door.
A pre-dawn raid is underway at Dilwinia in search of drugs and contraband.
Hands on your head. Hands on your head. Be clear. Hands on your head. Okay. Wait a second.
Keep your hands up where I can see them. Your hands out of your pants. Hands out of your pants. Yep. Put your shirt down. Pull your shirt down.
Don't make more trails up me.
Shh. Quiet. Shirt down. Turn your face the other way. I think the reason why I like the job that I do is because it's about keeping people safe. I get it. They're going to do what they're going to do. And our job is to stop them from doing that.
Let's go. Hands on your head.
So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game, really. All right, ladies, we're going to screen with the drug dog, okay?
With the cells emptied, the sniffer dog moves in.
When inmates come in off the street, legally we can't do cavity searches. So if they've got any type of drug on them, sometimes even money, cash, they will insert it internally. So that's how drugs actually can come into the centre.
Full body scanners are being introduced into New South Wales prisons. They can detect contraband hidden in body cavities. Dilwinia's scanners will be operational soon.
Get the other target, bring her over here, so.
Yeah, can do that.
The dog has detected something.
Targeted strip search. We're going to do a regulation strip search on you today. We're doing that search because we believe you've got dangerously harmful articles secreted on your person.
Do you have anything to declare on you today? Okay, I need you to remove it for me.
Syringes are a big thing for the girls, which is quite dangerous. They're dangerous to other inmates, they're dangerous to staff. She's off to segregation unit because we found drugs and syringes on the person, which is what we're here for, so it's good. One down. We moved her to the health unit into a dry cell. So she can be in there for 24 hours, but she doesn't have actual running water or water in the toilet, so she can't flush the drugs down the toilet if she actually has them secreted. So that's why they're put in there.
The inmate will be given food and drink, but with no access to running water, if she has any contraband, she won't be able to flush it away.
The cells are also cameraed, so they're observation cells, so we can see very clearly what they're up to.
Meanwhile, the sniffer dog has sat down next to another inmate. That means they've sensed the presence of drugs.
Oh, we're going to strip search you. You better have to tell me what you got. I have nothing. You have nothing?
The inmate is denying any contact with drugs.
She may not necessarily have them on her. She's either used the night before or she's handled it. No matter what she says, she's definitely handled it. The dogs are very, very well trained and they don't indicate to nothing.
Run wild and free, run wild and free.
Baker Barry is on his own time now, after having a hand in producing 5,000 meat pies for the inmates of New South Wales. He's serving time for driving offences and assaulting police.
I've been in jail, in and out of jail all my life. It was hard growing up. We moved back to Burke, going good, and when my father passed away, sort of just went downhill for us boys. I don't know, just the way it was that I took the wrong path in life. I was about 14, I started just drinking a little bit and sort of just started stealing cars and all that kind of stuff, and sort of just led from there to the boys' home and pretty much jail. I got 20 months all up. I'll be in for 13 months. Can't wait to get out and do parole. I can't sort of say what's the future going to hold for me out there, because it is pretty hard for us people that are in and out of jail all our lives, getting out in the community. They say to me, how long you going to be out, what you going to do this time, or who you going to hurt this time, or do something to, you know, like a lot of judgmental people out there, and it's hard. When I'm out, I try my best. Just, I don't know, I just keep on relapsing all the time. Negative thoughts sort of all gets inside of you, builds up, and you just get to a point where you don't care. You just use drugs to hide all the pain that we got building up inside of us, and pretty much it just lead from there to crime and back to jail. It's just a cycle that we all go through every time, you know. And it is hard to break. People trying to say it's easy to break. It's not easy, it's hard. The worst thing to me is being away from my kids, my family. Fuck, bro. Yeah, just being away from my kids, you know, and family. Just, you can see I'm sort of getting emotional now. Like, yeah, that's the main thing I worry about, you know, like, you can't make up for that lost time, you know what I mean? Family is my most important thing. There's no man in jail that say they don't do it hard. And we all just can't wait till the day we go home, you know?
Hands on your
The
head.
pre-dawn cell raid has uncovered a syringe on one inmate who is now in a dry cell. And the drug dog has indicated drugs on a second inmate who denies the charge.
Oh, we're going to strip search you. You better have to tell me what you got. I have nothing. You have nothing? She may not necessarily have them on her. She's either used the night before or she's handled it. No matter what she says, she's definitely handled it. The dogs are very, very well trained and they don't indicate to nothing. Then during the pat search, the dog indicated to you twice. He sat behind you twice. Okay? Yes. So either you've handled it, either you've used, or Sally has used. I'll just go now.
The strip search produces nothing, so the second inmate will also spend 24 hours in a dry cell, closely monitored. There's no water in the toilet, so if she's swallowed something, the evidence can't later be flushed away. A third suspect is also strip searched.
It's a syringe. Syringe. Just for the camera package. Just all that from front. Better.
That's not our cameras. All strip searches are filmed by officers to record that correct procedures are followed.
Cap syringe and Suboxone strip as well, which will have to get the scales and weigh. Yeah.
This third inmate has been found with a syringe and drugs in her bra.
So far we've been successful in some finds that we've been targeting for, so in one of my searches I was able to locate a syringe and just been advising second syringe and puke has been found at this point in time, so what we've actually came here to therefore we're succeeding.
Buprenorphine is an opiate substitute administered in jail to addicts coming off heroin.
There's lots of different types of contraband that have come into the centres over the years. Many, many years ago it was mainly marijuana and different types of pills. But now it's mainly buprenorphine, which is the step down from heroin.
A strip of buprenorphine can sell for hundreds of dollars on the black market inside, compared to about $10 from a chemist outside of jail. The price that the two inmates caught in possession will pay, that's up to Governor Emma Smith to decide.
So as a result of inmates being found to be in possession of contraband, they were both placed on segregation for a period of 14 days. They were also subject to institutional misconduct, so charges whilst in custody.
In this instance, the penalty is 28 days of no phone calls, visitors or purchases at the buy-up.
Operation definitely a success. We've been trying to clean out this unit for quite some time. So any find is always a success because that gets that needle out of the jail. Syringes are the worst. The syringes, that's a danger to us as well. So the girls that were found with contraband on their person have been secured in here.
It's been a successful operation for Lynn's immediate action team and a reminder about who is in charge.
It makes inmates think twice about doing the wrong thing, and it also encourages positive behaviour in the sense of, you know, if you do the right thing, you remain able to have those privileges like visits and buy-ups.
Coming up, will a silly mistake keep Jade in jail?
Why were my pills in somebody else's pocket?
And why throwing contraband over the fence is not a great idea.
There's a package over there. I didn't quite make it over the fence into their yards.
Jade is only 2 days away from being released on parole. This should be her second last shift packing groceries in the prison's own supermarket.
You excited?
Yeah, of course I am.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get out?
Probably have a cigarette, let's be real.
Who's picking you up?
My brother. Trent's picking me up, so I think it'll be a lot of tears, a lot of happy tears, you know.
They call this place buy-ups, and it services corrections facilities throughout the state. Inmates send their individual orders in from money earned doing jobs in prison. They can order snacks, toiletries, tinned food, pasta, things they took for granted on the outside. The buy-ups orders are packed anonymously, so there's no temptation to sneak extras in for a friend or relative in another prison.
When I came in to buy-ups as the overseer, Jade was already working in there. She works hard. She's a calming influence on the other girls, and she actually enjoys the work in there.
I've been in here for 17 months. It's been a long, drawn-out process. You've got a lot of time for yourself. Or you can use it wisely and, you know, better yourself, or you can come in here and run amok. You know, really, there's two things you can do when you come in.
Jade has completed a rehab program to deal with her past drug-taking issues. She's done all that corrections have asked of her to rehabilitate and should be released in a few days, so long as she stays out of trouble. Without warning, the immediate action team sweeping the jail for contraband and drugs moves into the buy-up.
IAT will turn up here randomly. I don't even know when they're going to turn up, and they'll just turn up, and then it's up to everyone in the unit to comply with IAT.
What we're looking for when we're doing the pat searches is if they've tried to take anything, if maybe they've been passing their pills around, which one of them has this morning.
An inmate has been caught with pills that are not hers. They've been signed out to Jade. This could be a real problem.
They're yours. And what was the reason you gave him pills? Okay.
They've done the search and found my medication in someone else's pocket, so they don't know if that's me giving somebody else my pills, so they'll take it back now to the clinic, and the clinic will question me why were my pills in somebody else's pocket.
All right, guys, thank you.
The drug was a simple headache pill. It doesn't seem much, but if Jade can't explain how another prisoner had it in her possession, she won't be going home the day after tomorrow.
It's about 6:15 in the morning. I'm just waiting for another officer to come, and we'll be making our way to Area 1 to do an internal perimeter check. The reason why we do it is, one, to check for contraband on the fence line. So one of us will go inside the electric fence and one of us will stay out, just to check for contraband as well if it was dropped in the sterile zone.
There are a lot of ways to smuggle contraband into prison. Throwing it over the fence, such as this attempt 3 months ago, is probably not the smartest idea, with CCTV cameras covering every angle.
Just starting internal in Area 1.
Copy that.
So the purpose of this check is to see if anything's been dropped, to see if there was contraband that could just be laying on the ground that didn't quite make it over the fence into their yards. There's a package over there, we don't quite know what it is yet. It could have been thrown from a moving vehicle. It's a lot quicker to throw it out of a moving vehicle and not get caught than it would be to walk up and throw it over and someone not see you do it. I've just done the internal in Area 2 and there's a package on the fence. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could just be rubbish. It does look a bit sus, that's all. So until someone from the technology unit comes along, we can't access that fence because it is electric. It's obviously dangerous to us. Until they turn it off, and then FM will go in there, FM security will go in there and investigate. If it is contraband, Q Block has been getting drops over the fence, so there is a high chance that that could be contraband.
Illicit substances are a huge problem in jails. A number of inmates do have drug problems, so they do try and obtain illicit substances, and it can have huge effects. You know, inmates can act irrationally. It's a security risk for my staff and a safety risk for both the staff and the inmates. You know, it's a huge deal.
And one way drugs can get in is by friends on the outside tossing them over the fence.
There's a package over there, we don't quite know what it is yet. Q Block has been getting drops over the fence, so there is a high chance that that could be contraband.
The fence is electrified. Whoever threw it in must have been determined. It could be drugs, it could be a weapon. Security is reviewing CCTV to identify who threw it over. It looks like they've found their culprit.
Hello. No worries, thank you. Bye. Okay, so funnily enough, that bag was actually brought over by crows that were fighting over a plastic bag. But yeah, no, it's not contraband.
So it appears not even a bag of rubbish is going to make it over these fences.
What we're looking for when we're doing the pat searches is if they've tried to take anything, if maybe they've been passing their pills around, which one of them has this morning.
Jade has been caught out in a pat-down raid by the Immediate Action Team. Her medication has been found on another prisoner.
They're yours. And what was the reason you gave him for? Okay.
It's a bit daunting, you know, hands on your head, everyone's to line up. If they've done the search and found my medication in someone else's pocket, so they don't know if that's me giving somebody else my pills, so they'll take it back now to the clinic, and the clinic will question me, why were my pills in somebody else's pocket?
This could be bad for Jade. She's due for release tomorrow, but a black mark against her name might keep her in jail.
We had Eloise come down to the clinic with some medications that were found on another person that belonged to Jade, and Eloise asked us to identify what the medication was, and just to give a bit of background, if Jade was on it, if she was prescribed it, and if she was able to have it on her, basically.
The prescription was for Panadol Osteo, and even though Jade had been allocated it, she was not allowed to give it to someone else.
We can't have our bags or our medication found on another inmate, because in their eyes it looks like that we're using our medication as contraband.
Jade knew the rules, and now her mistake could mean her parole gets pushed back.
I know what I want, and that's not to come back to prison. You know, it's not where I want to be. You know, my daughter doesn't deserve it. I don't believe I deserve it. All of us fall into a dark space sometimes, and this is my dark space. You know, I've hit rock bottom in here, and hopefully build that bridge and get over it and walk out, you know, doing a lot better for myself.
The State Parole Authority has already given approval for Jade to serve her parole period under supervision in the community. The purpose of parole is to assist inmates transition from incarceration to complete freedom.
Yeah, definitely nervous.
However, the final sign-off for release sits with Jade's prison parole officer, John.
Knock, knock. Hi, John. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you? I'm just going to put that up there. I've got a paperwork.
Okay. Take a seat. Yeah. Well, how are you feeling?
Nervous?
To get out?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You have to remember, the judge said, I sentence you to 4.5 years jail.
Yep.
However, you can be considered for release in 2 years and 3 months.
Yeah.
If you don't take responsibility for your own life, then I will bring in the authoritarian and take responsibility of your life back again.
Yeah.
You are a free person in the community as anyone, except you've got certain conditions.
Yeah.
John has decided that Jade's mistake, getting her friend to hold her pills, is a minor infringement and won't impact her parole.
I'm not naive. I know what I'm going out to. I know that it's all there. It's all they're very easy for me to pick up. It's whether the fight in my head and I be real and not to do that.
Yes.
You know.
And you've had time, you know what?
I've had a lot of time, you know, and I don't want to come back and sit in here for another 2 years, 3 months, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's good. Jade has developed a greater insight into her life, that she had changed to how she was presenting when she was originally before the court.
I still have quite a significant amount of time on parole, 2 years, 3 months. That's still, you know, a burden over my head at the end of the day.
This authorises you to be released into the committee. I wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you very much, John.
I hope in some respects I don't see you, particularly on this side.
Likewise.
Okay? Sign there. That's it, Jade. Witness.
Thank you very much, John. It's official, they're releasing me.
It's official. I'll send this off.
Yep.
And wish you all the best for
No
the
worries.
future. Okay?
Thank you very much, John.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Despite best efforts of correctional staff, drugs do make their way into every jail. Barry tries to steer new inmates away from using.
You get young fellas coming in jail that never touched drugs in their life, okay? They come to jail, of course they're doing hard in jail. They use drugs in it there to try and make the day go past. And me, I try and tell the young fellas not to do that kind of stuff.
The afternoon walk is as much for their mental health as physical fitness.
Walking is sort of freedom in here for some of us. Could be calming down, could be coming out just to have a yarn with someone by themselves. Some people can spend hours out here walking or training just to clear their head.
Besides working out, the game of choice here is touch footy. Before they head back to their cells for the night, Manager of Security Justin has an announcement to make.
Come in here for a second. Barry. All right, a little while ago we had a game of football against Macquarie and they actually beat us. So what we're doing, and we're going to have another game of footy. We're going to use the guys out of this pod. So I'd like to see a few of you blokes put your names up for a game of football. Going to get Barry, he can be the captain coach. He's been, if you want to be guided under Barry's tutelage on the football field, start throwing your names down tomorrow, guys, and we'll start doing a bit of training.
Macquarie Jail is right next door and is a maximum security men's prison. And Barry is pretty pumped that he's been entrusted with acting as captain coach of the Wellington side.
Barry's got a lot of respect within the centre itself, and I think guys do turn to him, and so he's the sort of bloke that I think they'll follow onto the football field and give it their all for him as well.
Yeah, end of May, a few weeks.
And people come to me and say, what's it like to work in a prison? Whilst it can be dangerous, it can be quite rewarding. It's not all about, we're not there to punish the inmate, we're there to keep a safe and secure environment and keep it humane.
Are you interested or not? Yeah! All right.
Is it pizzas? We get pizzas, the winners?
No.
I think a lot of the guys out here have got a lot of wasted talent because they're all pretty quick and they've got a bit of speed about them and get a few moves going. So a lot of the guys have grown up playing football, so they just enjoy getting the ball back in their hands. So it'll be an interesting game, I think.
One fried rice. And is that Asian lifestyle?
Jade has 10 other inmates in her cell block, and they've been saving up supplies purchased from buy-up.
I could kill for a real mushroom.
To cook Jade her last supper in their shared kitchen. On the menu, pasta alla spam.
Beautiful. Signature dish.
Oh, this is my favourite. Yeah. Thank you, should we say guys?
Thank you for my release.
One thing that you're grateful for with today? Having good friends at Joe's last day. Family dinner.
A good day. I've lived in that house for 11 months with those girls, so it's like leaving your family, you know?
We'll just put in the pasta, it's good.
My love.
You know, this is your last jail meal. Last jail meal.
Off your fuck is what we all say. But yeah, it's been mad living here with her. She's good value, but it's just been awesome knowing her. Because when I first met her, I must admit, I didn't like her. Thought she was white and privileged, but no, she's one of the most down-to-earth, white, privileged white girls you'll ever meet, I think.
Thank you, ladies. That was lovely.
Saying goodbye today made me feel very, you know, it started to hit home that, you know, oh wow, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. That's it. I'm feeling very nervous though. The nerves are definitely kicking in. Very, very nervous.
When inmates leave, it's a great thing. You know, you don't want to ever see them come back. Our goal is to, you know, while the women are here, to address their offending behaviour, get them out of custody and make them contributing members of society. So it's a good thing to see them walking out that front door and hoping that they don't come back.
Next,
Thank you.
an emotional reunion for Jade as she is set free after 2¼ years in jail. The Wellington versus Macquarie footy game is only a few weeks away, and captain coach Barry has decided the fairest way to pick his team is to draw interested player names out of a hat.
There's a lot of boys that want to play, but it's a fair way if you do it this way. You don't have no arguments or anything like that there, you know. There's a lot of good players here, you know, like a lot of talent. You'll see it on the day, mate. Chris. Bo. Barry. Woo-hoo! That's the footy team for Wellington Correctional Centre, mate. Woo! That's it, side.
Macquarie Corrections is located just 400 metres away, so this will be a local derby. Last year, Macquarie took out the bragging rights.
I don't know why they picked me to be the coach. I don't know, they might see me that one of the fellas that the boys listened in jail, you know, and they pretty much look up to. They all respect me and call me uncle and all that and kind of stuff. Boys, we're gonna get a game of footy going or what? Playing football, it just clears your mind, just takes you away from prison for a few hours, you know. If you're stuck in the pod and you're not doing footy or sports or anything like that, it's just, you go mad, man, and you need this.
It's not just the inmates who want a victory.
What have you done your knee in? I got it for the game.
No, that's right.
The boys are going all right?
Yeah.
How do you reckon you'll go?
Yeah, I reckon we'll go good.
You got it. Got to bring the ledger back to 1-1.
Yeah. Got a good bunch of boys there to play anyway, so yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
All right, cheers, thank you.
All right, mate.
It may be a once-a-year match, but it helps officers connect and build relationships with the inmates.
You've got to have good rapport with people, and a lot of blokes have had poor upbringings and they've made a few wrong choices. A lot of them you have a good laugh with a lot of them. They're quite humorous guys and quite respectful. There's some guys in here that aren't too far off where, like I've been in life. You do walk a fine line sometimes with some of the decisions that you've made. A lot of them are just the run-of-the-mill bloke. A lot of them you wouldn't even know they've been in jail when you see them outside.
Barry's got 2 weeks to kick this team into shape before the big game.
The boys going right out there. We'll give them the best shot, you know. We'll take the trophy this year.
After 2¼ years inside this prison, Jade's day has finally arrived.
Nervous. I'm really nervous now. It's real. I'm going home. All I do is put my shoes on and grab my bags. Say goodbye. See you later, Jane. See you, babe. All the best with your body, I'll see you when you get home.
She's done the courses and met the conditions to be released on parole.
Bittersweet, you know, leaving some good friends behind. They'll be home soon. Everyone's got a release date.
She'll have to check in periodically with a community corrections officer until her full sentence is served.
You nervous? Yeah. Yes? Yeah, definitely nervous.
Who's picking you up?
My brother.
Is there anything you want to ask me or anything?
No.
No?
No, but thank you.
That's okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But from the moment she meets her brother at the gate, she'll be free.
Oh, his ears look so different.
You alright? Ready to go home? Yeah.
Ready?
Ready?
Yep, definitely ready. Oh, I'm out.
Next time, what happens behind bars stays behind bars.
Same inmates that I was talking to, having a joke with down the Oval, and now you're telling me that you're going to kill me.
Until now.
They made threats to rape female officers. It was violent. It was brutal.
Revealed for the first time inside Australia's worst prison riots in nearly 20 years.
Definitely, you earn your money that day.
Who's picking you up?
My brother?
Is there anything you want to ask me or anything?
No.
No?
No, but thank you.
That's okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But from the moment she meets her brother at the gate, she'll be free.
Oh, your teeth look so different.
Oh, no way. Oh, you alright? Ready to go home? Yeah.
Definitely ready.
Ready?
Yep, definitely ready. Oh, I'm out.
Next time, what happens behind bars stays behind bars.
Same inmates that I was talking to, having a joke with down the Oval, and now you're telling me that you're going to kill me.
Until now.
They made threats to rape female officers. It was violent. It was brutal.
Revealed for the first time inside Australia's worst prison riots in nearly 20 years.
Definitely, you earn your money that day.